Lobs one down the right side at the goal line, leaping attempt on Brees Hall. Oh, that's a Jet touchdown! New York, the real New York. I'm outside. I don't live in Miami. I don't live in Colorado. Driven back by Quincy Williams.
Than it. What's that? Well. Here he
Yo.
What's up? It's your boy. It's Brent, aka Take Flight today, with my co-host Alan, aka NY Jets Planet, and this is episode 4 of the JetSet podcast. A lot to talk about on this, Halloween Eve going in. Not really a lot to talk about because a lot of Jet fans out there are pretty down in the dumps. Like especially after last Sunday. You see, we're in the Halloween spirit. We are your officials for the night. You know what I'm saying? So. We keeping it, you know what I'm saying? We got the flags, we stay in this spirit, we have some type of spirit, Halloween spirit. Alan, how you feeling, going into this week, going into tomorrow's game, touch on that a little bit.
Honestly, I'm not as depressed as I thought I would be. I thought at this point I was like, because everyone was talking about when we were 2-5 that, that was rock bottom. And then we actually hit rock bottom. I was like, actually, it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would feel. Because I think, like, in my head, subconsciously, I didn't think we had a chance. So this just kind of confirmed it. But with that said, a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I a lot of pages and content creators, a lot of fans were saying the same thing you're saying, like, I thought we hit rock bottom the week before, but we lost to the Patriots. Can't sweep them. Like, this is a new low. But yeah, this is why I don't like doing the big Super Bowl predictions, expectations in the beginning of the season, off season. Off season is definitely exciting for us, but when stuff like this happens, it's like, all right. It's just an avalanche. I think Aaron Rodgers mentioned a snowball can start an avalanche. Well, this avalanche is we're drowning in this avalanche. So but yeah, today
He's been here before, though.
Definitely been here before, but not with this roster, not with this type of roster. Not with this type of roster. Yeah, so but hey, the life of a Jets fan, we should all be kind of used to it. I know it hurts because of the roster we have right now. But yeah, I mean, it's a few positives to talk about, a lot of negatives, but I'm excited for today's episode. We have a special guest today. Valentin is in the building. We're gonna bring him on in a little bit. But before we do that, we are going to start a new segment here. I guess on brand for our costumes that we have on. We are going to start a segment called Flag on the Play. All right. Flag on the Play. So with this segment, we're just going to talk about things this season. We're just going to mention a couple of things that we feel the Jets, or we feel has been holding the Jets back up to this point. 2-6, week 8, week 9, what have you. Yeah. So, let's get into it. First one. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Too many penalties on both sides. Come on, man. Too many penalties.
Yeah.
It's been too many penalties on both sides, offense and defense. All those false starts and all sides and DPIs. It's just it's just very stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what really probably got Aaron Rodgers. I mean, not Aaron Rodgers, Robert Saleh up out of here. Because it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch us lose close games and literally be killing ourselves in the process, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's
that's
like
my
we
first
beat
flag.
ourselves.
Yeah, like literally. So
Yeah.
that's my first flag of the night. So uh let's go ahead, get going with your flag, Alan. Your
Yeah,
first.
let's get it. Not playing complimentary football. Uh, way too many. Yeah, throw the flag, throw the flag, throw the flag. There's way too many times that we just see like, oh, the defense makes a good play and then the offense screws it up, or the offense goes and makes a great drive and then now you're not making the field goal. It's always something that just causes momentum to just die, and that all comes back down to playing complimentary football. We got to play together as a team. It feels like everyone's just playing for themselves. I don't know if it's just for stats or whatever, or even like the whole sauce following receivers. It's like that wasn't broken. So why are we fixing a problem that was never there? And now it's been a problem all year because
Yeah,
he's having his worst year.
yeah,
So yeah, we got to learn how to just play as a team and not for ourselves. And I'm saying us as if I'm on the team, but as a fan, you feel like you are.
yeah. Basically, and we mentioned before, you know, you give us some helmets and shoulder pads, we can go out there and do. We feel like we could do better, of course. That's
Oh
just the
yeah,
fan in us. That's just the passionate Jets fan in us. Like, give me a helmet, give me a hand warmer, and I'll be out there in December. I don't care,
I'll
But
be running routes.
yeah, I'll block. I'll block. I'll be on kickoff, kick return, man. I don't care. Whatever it takes. You know, somebody need to speak to our kicker that was on IR, but we'll say that for later. Yeah. So that's our first two flags. Next flag for me,
Ooh.
we have to run. Come on, man. Come on, man. We can't run the football. We have Brees Hall and Braylon Allen. Literally thunder and lightning. They nicknamed themselves the Killer Bees. The
Yeah.
Killer Bees. And we can't run the football. Now, I'm not blaming them in particular, Brees and Braylon, but you know, the carousel of coaching that's been going on within the building, that definitely has a part to play in this for sure. But Aaron Rodgers is 40 years old. He can't be throwing the ball 50, 60 times a game.
Yeah.
It's like, Mahomes can do that. Josh Allen can do that if they want to, but they don't even have to do that because they have a solid running game.
Yeah.
Like no team is gonna be straight if we don't have a running game to fall back on. So that's where that's my flag. That's a big flag for me. A lot of people mention that too. Like that we really can't like get the offense going until we get the young boys in the backfield, number 20, number 0 going. So,
Yeah.
that it's just tough to watch. But Downing has been doing good and getting them in space. So I
Yeah.
mean,
I love the outside zones for Brees.
yeah. So, you know, he says Brees was supposed to be him this season. Honestly, he still is him. He's the only running back I feel like with 300 yards rushing, 300 yards receiving, but you're a running back. Like you're basically our wide receiver one as well. Like we don't need you to be that. You can be, we need you to be, our workhorse. But yeah, that's my second flag.
Yeah. And to get into my second flag, not finishing game defining drives. And you might be asking me, what is a game defining drive? How many times, yeah, throw the flag, how many times have we lost a game because either Rodgers couldn't finish on the last drive or just the last game where, we finally, like, our offense did do a good job in the final 2 minutes and then our defense blows it to who? Jacoby Brissett? Like,
Come on,
it's
man.
like stuff like that. It's just like, come on, man. Like, you can sit here, you can blame a lot of things. At the end of the day, there has been out of our we have 6 losses, 4 losses. We could have won that. It was about one drive away from winning the game. So I think that is probably like my last thing of just like, come on, like if you're not gonna do anything, learn how to finish games. And I can't say what is credited to that the most, besides just like the team. And maybe it goes back to playing complimentary football.
Yeah.
Maybe it goes back to everything that we've been talking about. But we got to be better.
Yeah, definitely got to be better. The game defining drives. It's a lot of it was well we've seen a lot of those drives this year where we need a score. Like we need like this is the drive that would put us up, that would give us a cushion, and we end up punting, or we end up missing the field goal. But those game defining drives, the drives that end with the drives that end with picks to Mike Williams, those like those definitely hurt, especially with fans expecting to see the Aaron Rodgers that we expect to see. Like the one we expect to see is him, doing this thing and finishing the drives, getting them field goal range. Us making the kick, but it's just not gelling. And honestly, Aaron Rodgers, he might be out there playing hurt because he's better on the run. He's a better on the run passer, and to me, he just seemed like he's kind of just wanting to stay in the pocket. But
Yeah.
that's just me. And yes, but again, just to piggyback, not finishing the game defining drives. I think the last flag that we have is
we
both of our
collectively
flags.
agreed on this.
Yeah, we definitely agreed on this flag for sure, and it is
Greg the tiny leg. Yes,
Come on,
it
man.
is very little. It is very little. Yeah, he used to be the third leg, but it's not third legging anymore.
Yeah, he used to be Legatron.
Yeah, he was over there 92% just thugging it out. But now he's over. He's at 60% on the year.
Yeah,
That's disgusting.
60% on the year is crazy.
Yeah.
That's just not it. And then today we release well, we didn't release him. We put him on IR because he apparently has a knee injury.
I don't think he has a knee injury.
A knee injury. You know what? I got something for that knee injury, Greg. Don't worry. Hold on.
Child, please. Be a pro. Child, please. Child, please. You know what child, please mean? Child, please. Child, please. Child, please. Child, please. Child, please means so many different things. Like, man, get out my face. You feel me? Let me get a child, please on 3. 1, 2, 3. Child, please. What? Child, please.
Man, child, please, Greg. Your knee ain't hurt. Your knee ain't hurt. Your pride is hurt. All right.
Yeah.
You lucky we put you on IR and we didn't release you. All right. It's we just gave him an extension. They don't want to bite that bullet. I get it. Whatever. But when he comes back from IR, he better not miss a kick.
He better not come back from IR. That's number one. Better stay on there for the rest of the year. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but just let him stay there. Let him stay there. I don't know. Whatever it is, let him stay there.
I'll tell you. Exactly. And I'll tell you, if we go out tomorrow night and the kicker that we, have out there makes that first kick, MetLife is gonna go crazy. They're gonna go crazy,
Or they're gonna go crazy if he misses. So either way, they're gonna go crazy. Either way, they're gonna go crazy.
If he misses, I'm throwing this flag at the TV.
Yeah.
It's nah. We definitely can't have that.
I lost my flag. Coach Brick.
Yeah, you done tossed it.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Man. But yeah, no, those were our flags, that we feel has been holding us back this season as a team with so many expectations. Feel free to comment and drop, your personal flags that you feel has been holding the Jets back this season. It's been a rough one, y'all, for sure. It's definitely been a rough one. And some fans like to blame Aaron Rodgers. They blame Greg. Some fans even blame, Woody Johnson, and so that's why for this episode, we pulled out the Woody Johnson alter ego, and that is Hoodie Johnson. So without further ado, we are going to show y'all, what Hoodie Johnson has been up to the past couple of weeks before we bring him on. Hope y'all enjoy.
Come on, you can do this. This should be easy. We're not where we want to be. What am I doing? All right, Robert, you're fired. No, it's too short. Robert, no, it's too friendly. How would you feel about a permanent vacation? No, it's not good. Actually, that's a good idea. Joe, you fire him. You're the one who hired him. Plus, you're bigger than me. He's not going to try to attack you. All right, everybody get out. Call Robert in here. Who wrote this? You wrote this? I don't know, this feels like a hostage letter. This morning I informed Robert Saleh that he will no longer serve as the head coach of the Jets. Robert, all gas, no brakes. Out this door. I thanked him for his hard work these past 3.5 years. Just think of what getting fired did for Ted Lasso and wished him and his family well moving forward. You get to spend more time with your 6 kids. I don't even know how you have time for 6 kids. This was not an easy decision. Now you can run all the stairs you want. I'll take you to High Bridge in the Bronx. You can run the stairs there. Just like the Joker. We are not where we should be given our expectations, and I believe now is the best time for us to move in a different direction. Jeff Ulbrich will serve as our interim head coach for the remainder of the season. He is a tough coach who has the respect of the coaches and players on this team. I believe he, along with the coaches on the staff, except for Hackett, well, it was going to be Hackett, but he's Aaron's boy. What are you going to do? Can get the most out of our talented team and attain the goals we established this offseason. Thank you. That's all. Chris, get Bill Belichick on the phone. Billy B, it's Hoodie Johnson. No, I'm not calling for your underdog fantasy picks. You want to be HC of the NYJ again? You just got to leave that tall glass of oat milk at home. We have an age limit. Hello? Chris, get Rex Ryan on the phone. Sexy Rexy. Chris, I told you Rex Ryan, not Rex Hogan. Sexy Rexy. Interested in coming back? You are? How do I know it's you and not Rob? FaceTime me. I don't know, I can't tell. You still look just like Rob. Hello? Chris, get Aaron Rodgers on FaceTime. Aaron, I did it. Are you happy now?
All right. Yes.
Oh, man. That is funny.
The man. So, yes, sir.
And the minute legend.
Hoodie Johnson, aka Lee Valentin. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you for having me, man. Thank you for having me. Congratulations on the 4th episode, man. This is dope. And congratulations on the connection to the Uptown Sports, man. That's dope. That video is so funny to me because it obviously Hoodie Johnson is like you said, the alter ego. That's a perfect explanation of it. It's the alter ego. If a dude from the hood on the Jets, that's pretty much what it is. But it's kind of based off of like you don't really know what's going on in the background of the team. So I try to make light of what could possibly they could possibly be talking about. So it's always fun to rewatch that. But I'll let everybody in on a little secret. I just got the inspiration and recorded another video today, and I might have said some stuff over. So I'm glad I watched that video because now I got to do some more editing for the new video.
Oh man, yeah. The streets definitely love the Hoodie Johnson videos.
Yeah.
Like we were telling people about. We got Lee Johnson coming on. They're like, oh man, we get that. That's Hoodie Johnson. So it's definitely an alter ego. It's definitely an alter ego. Like, and if a dude from the hood on the Jets, I feel like it would be going exactly like that. Like exactly how your skits would be going. So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's a tough time for Jets fans right now. We're sitting at 2-6 after all these expectations, all these roster moves, all these coaching moves, and all of this, literally trying everything, and we just can't seem to get it right. So I mean, I guess let us know how you feel about the team. How you felt about the team and going into the season, and where you at now, like mentally, I guess.
Let me say this. I'm a season ticket holder. I haven't re-upped for next year yet. So that's kind of where I am mentally. And I'm the type of fan, I'm optimistic, and I want people to fan how they fan, right? I'm not ever going to critique people on how they fan. I just happen to be optimistic. Nothing that happened last year or the last 15 years, 14 years, whatever it is, has anything to do with the next game. Different players, different coaches, different situations. So to me, the same old Jets thing is, even though these things keep happening, it can't be the same old Jets because it's not the same players. The next thing I want to say is Woody Johnson. We can say, sell the team, whatever. People weren't saying that at the beginning of the year, right? Like you said, ESPN predicted them to make the best, to make the pick, to make the Super Bowl. Everybody, all the prognosticators and the people in the know supposedly were picking the Jets. So that's what got our expectations up. So you can't fault him for that. He wants to win. You can see that. He runs the team like a fan, which is unfortunate. But he wants to win. He spends the money. You have old players who come back who, say some of their best times in the league was with the Jets. Even guys like who were playing for other teams, they consider themselves, Jets. So he runs the team again like a fan, but he's doing the best he can, and he doesn't get a pass for it because he's raising ticket prices. So he doesn't really care about us, but you can tell he wants to win. And if we're 6-2 or 5-3, we're not even discussing Woody Johnson. For the longest time, everybody said James Dolan was the worst owner in sports. All of a sudden they start winning. You don't hear a peep about James Dolan, So it's all about winning. And fortunately, Woody Johnson wants to win. And if we go down the line, I'm going to go top to bottom. If you go to Joe Douglas, right? Everybody said he missed on the Zach pick. He tried to correct it by bringing Aaron Rodgers, right? He tried to correct it by bringing in Tyrod Taylor. Maybe he could have went to another backup last year. Who knows? We don't know what's going on. People want him to trade for these guys. We get these guys and they don't perform like they're supposed to. What are you going to do about that? Sometimes things don't work out. But all the trades that he's made, he's picked up some guys. He's drafted some guys like Michael Carter II. He's found gems like Quincy Williams. So not everything is going to work out, and we're so focused on the Jets. We don't know, that you see the track record of the Baltimore Ravens, but they have some misses too. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they're a fantastic organization. They're a model organization, but they've missed on some things too. What are you going to do? It really comes down to the play on the field, and the guys just, again, if you have your kicker, who you guys mentioned in the flag segment, if he makes he lost 3 games, right? And you don't expect that. You expect the guy, you get him in position to hit. He was hitting 55-yarders last year. You put him in a position to win. We're supposed to win the Denver game. We're supposed to win the Bills game. And it shouldn't come down to those last plays like we've been having because, Aaron is playing well. I don't know what a lot of people see. I think he's playing well, but I got my blinders on because he's my favorite quarterback in the history of the sport. So we didn't see guys throwing for close to 300 yards last year in the last few years. So he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. The run game is not doing well, and that's I can blame play calling because too many times we've seen Brees try to run up the middle on short yardage situation and get stopped. I'm guessing why. I'm trying to understand why we don't bring in Braylon Allen, and we have been bringing Braylon Allen in for short yardage situations, and he's been kind of successful. So there's a lot of things that are going wrong, but a kick here and there, and we're not at this point, And I still have hope. Let me just say that I still have hope if we win tomorrow. If not, I'll go to maybe one game next year and won't be a season ticket holder anymore. But I'm optimistic, man. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, and I try to stay optimistic too. So I definitely feel you on that for sure. So and Joe Douglas, he's put this team together. Like this is the best team we've had. He's drafted these guys. He's put this team together. It's unfortunate Salah had to be kind of scapegoated, in the process because he was one of my favorite coaches that I've seen as a Jet fan. I feel like, like the first quarterback I can remember as a Jet fan was Vinny Testaverde. And
you're a young dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just turned 30, so yeah.
Oh, that's
Definitely young.
cute. That's so cute.
Yeah, man.
I got kids your age, bro.
That's funny. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. So like just kind of seeing like where we've been compared to where we are right now. Like this is definitely, and all fans can agree, is like one of the like probably the best teams that we've had,
Yeah.
in a long time. So that's why it's so disappointing.
Talent wise, yeah. But
Yeah.
look, everything has to go right in the football game. It's about momentum and confidence, right? When you have momentum in a game, like, let's say the Steelers game, if that ball doesn't hit off Garrett Wilson's chest and run back to the one, the momentum of that game changes. If he catches that ball, gets a first down, they take a lead going into the second half. It's a completely different game, right? Even just last week, Garrett, and I'm not pointing out Garrett Wilson. I'm just saying that things have to go right for you to win. Garrett Wilson, even though Greg the Leg was warming up on the sideline, and I tweeted out, this motherfucker's not even going to make the kick, even if we get close enough. But, Garrett Wilson drops a ball. He dropped the ball in the end zone against the Vikings in between. He got crushed, but he dropped the ball in the end zone. So those small little things that they don't do, the Michael Clemens face mask or roughing the passer call, all those little things can change the momentum and change the team's confidence because, the defense gets off the field. They don't have to, Garrett Wilson catches that ball, it's a first down, you continue to drive and then you can get closer. So maybe Greg does make the kick and you win that game. So, the special teams played well last week. The offense did okay last week. It was just, one of those things that, these things happen, man, and it's kind of out of your control. And we wish they would do better, but there's nothing we can really do about that, man.
Yeah.
But yes, this is a very, very, very talented team. The most talented. I've been a fan since Ken O'Brien. Let me see, Pat Ryan. Ken O'Brien. There was somebody before him. Richard Todd was the first quarterback.
Yeah, I've heard that name before.
You gotta find history books to find out who that is, bro.
Yeah, I can't relate to either one of y'all. I had Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez, okay, yeah. Jesus, man.
Alan, how you feel about what Lee just said, and how where we are as a team, to this point right now?
Yeah, like overall, I say I agree with both of you guys. It's a really talented team. It's just those little things that they got to figure out. And I guess that goes on to like the next topic because someone asked in the Instagram chat, Mr. Rio, shout out to you. He said the Jets better put on their big boy pants because the Bills are escaping the division. And we got to look at a wild card if the season turns around for us. So that kind of goes into one of my questions, which is, do you believe we still have a chance of somehow making it to the playoffs?
I do. Yeah, I do. They win this game this Thursday. They gotta, they've had a pretty soft schedule, but they can beat these teams. And again, it's about confidence and momentum. You win, you still feel like you have a chance. You go into the following week into that game and you think that you have a chance to win that game. Aaron says he's healthy. We got a new kicker. So there can be, I think I heard you guys talking earlier. It was like, the fans are going to go crazy when this guy makes a kick. His only job is to kick field goals. So I think they have a chance. The confidence will be there. They'll get some momentum and they can go on a run. But unfortunately, if they lose this game, you're going to see the character of this team. Because normally when teams who are this talented, they fall off, you start to see guys give up, which in the last few years, you guys alluded to Robert Saleh. In the last few years, it was grim, but guys kept playing hard for Robert Saleh and they stayed positive and they stayed confident and they were, you can see the defense was still a top 5 defense. So, if they win tomorrow, there's still a glimmer of hope and they'll start to believe a little bit more. They'll be more confident going forward, I think.
Yeah. I mean, no Stephon Diggs, no Nico Collins. It's it's unless Joe Mixon runs for 200 yards. It's looking like it could be a game.
Yeah, Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the other thing is that the run defense hasn't been awful. Last year we had Jefferson in the middle, and I forget the other guy's name who we had, Al Woods, who
Al Woods,
they both got hurt, unfortunately. But you saw once those two guys went out, and you can tell the difference when those guys were not in the game. Teams were able to run up the middle, and we miss that run stopper in the middle for us. So the run game, the run defense has been atrocious, but we've been able to do better in the second half for some reason. It's like they figure something out and they can stop the run in the second half. But yeah, if Joe Mixon runs all over us, it's going to be a long day because the defense is not going to be able to get off the field. Aaron is not going to be able to do his thing. He won't have the ball in his hands as much. They won't be able to move the ball, obviously. So getting off on third downs and stopping the run is what's up, Warren? I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, getting off the field on third down and stopping the run is it's something that all teams need to do. It's not just the Jets. All teams need to be able to control the run and get down. There's going to be some big plays, but you got to get off the field on third downs.
Yeah, for sure. Third downs on both sides. We need to convert them, and which we were doing good.
Yeah,
up to a certain point. It was crazy. I think like in that Patriots game Thursday night, we were on fire on third down on offense. So yeah, and actually shout out to James Woody, one of our content creator colleagues. He just told me a stat that Robert Saleh, his point difference in the second half was better. Like he was good at making adjustments.
Yes.
And doing all those things. So
yeah,
man, it's really all about regrouping at halftime and then coming out not flat, bringing that energy and just going forward, man. But I guess my next question is what do you feel needs to be done in order for us to actually go on this run? Like what like few things do you feel like you need to see on Sundays, Thursdays, whatever, for us to really make it click and get that train going? Because it's been hard to kind of pinpoint some these last few games.
Yeah, I think they need to do a better job of getting to the quarterback. That will help with getting off the field on third downs. I don't know how many sacks they had. Quinnen had a few last week, but when they had Drake May in there, Drake May was going crazy. So I think being able to get to the quarterback, contain the quarterback, not let him get out the pocket and run around. Again, get off the field on third downs. The special teams has to, this is a team that has to click on all three phases, right? Special teams has to do their job. And the offense has been moving the ball, and red zone offense needs to get better. But I think when we played the Texans last year, we held CJ Stroud to like 98 yards. I don't know if that's going to happen again, but there has to be a way to contain this guy. And look, going back to last week's game, that last pass on Sauce, I don't know if there was a miscommunication there, but Jalen Mills, who's been really terrific, he was blitzing on that play, didn't get the sack.
Yes.
There was a play earlier in that drive where Will McDonald was being held. He was being carried. He was being held, and that wasn't called. And there's no excuses, but you got to be able to get to the quarterback and hit the quarterback. Again, Chuck Clark was hurt. Ashton Davis has been hurt. Maybe one of those guys, if they're in that game, they get that sack. But yeah, you got to get to the quarterback, hit him, rattle him a little bit, and that makes our secondary, who's our strong suit, that makes them more effective.
Yeah.
That's the whole point you get Reddick for. I mean, I think that's the whole point why, they got the whole Reddick deal signed, because I think they know it subconsciously. You got to get the quarterback.
Got to get to the quarterback, yeah.
Will McDonald, he's a great player. He's having a phenomenal season right now.
Yeah.
He's at 8 sacks still right now, so that's amazing. But at the same time, he's a very, I don't want to call him a lightweight, but he is a lighter frame for an NFL player. Yeah. So you can just kind of chip him and take him out the game.
Right.
It is scary seeing both of them once they get going, seeing Will McDonald on one side, Reddick on another side,
Yeah.
can't really scheme both guys. So
Yeah.
I want to see them kind of get going.
Yeah, that would be helpful, man. Guys got to get it to. Obviously, we're missing Jermaine Johnson, who's a big part of quarterback contain. We would see less of Michael Clemens, who I happen to like, but it's glaring some of his mistakes in games. And I'm not by no means I have a naked eye for football, but if I can see as a very very amateur fan, if I can see some of the things wrong, then it's absolutely glaring, and I'm sure they show it to him on tape. And he's overly aggressive sometimes to a fault. So, he plays hard, but sometimes he makes glaring mistakes, and those things you just can't have.
Yeah, Clemens has been a big topic for most Jets fans as far as like his skill wise. Like I know Allen isn't really a big fan of Michael Clemens at all. He just
okay. I'll say this right. He's just because I've studied him. I've studied Clemens a lot. I understand why the Jet staff like him. He's a very powerful and strong dude. Pause. Man, hold on. Pause. But he's just one of those guys where it's like he just goes, and I don't think he ever thinks. Like, and I don't want to like not to say anything to his intelligence or anything. Like, he's probably a smart dude, whatever. Just when he's on the football field and he plays edge, you could just see him just kind of go. And it's like he's not thinking about what's happening. Like, it might be option play, and he's got an option play. He's since the preseason, and I'm sure the coaches have told him like, "Hey, just contain the edge. If you beat the tackle very easily, it's probably option play.
Right?
They're reading you, but it's like he's not thinking like, I don't normally just beat guys like that. Maybe I should double check and see why did I just beat that offensive tackle so easily."
Yeah. I think the problem is, I'm sorry to cut you off, Alan. I think the problem is that when you talk crazy and you walk around with your shirt, you walk around topless, that has to translate to the field, and that's the thing that bothers me about these guys. They're talking so crazy and haven't won anything. Like, when you win, that's when you can talk crazy. Humble yourself. And I'm sounding like a get off my lawn old dude, but yeah, I think that's the issue. Is dude is walking around talking crazy to Dawkins from the Bills, and there's that meme of him saying something to the Browns fans and something like that. You got to back it up with your play, but he's a product of Jermaine Johnson being hurt and us not having Reddick. There's a possibility that he's only in there when he's able to use his strengths, right? So he's been put into situations that is probably unfair to him. So he's playing out of position, maybe, or certain down the distance he would be so effective at. But since we're thin with Reddick just signing and with Jermaine Johnson getting hurt, he's been thrust into a position where you can see some of those mistakes. But again, he plays hard, and he's, like you said, Alan, he's probably an intelligent dude. I'm sure of it, as he's a professional ball player, and he's he's really good at what he does. But he should be in a certain down the distance, and he would probably excel in those situations.
Yeah, and it's New York, so it's one of those things where it's like you can definitely go out with your shirt off and everything, and New York will back you. But like you said, you got to play to that level, though. Like, Brunson can go out there with his shirt off and talk as much stuff as he wants, because he's been to the playoffs. He's won playoff games. He's won playoff series. He's done it. He's been there. So, New York's going to back him. But, like, when you haven't done it, it's a little harder because, New York it's a crazy place.
Yeah.
And you gotta walk the walk if you want to talk the talk. That's all it comes down to.
We're definitely fanatics, and we'll love you when you're good, but when you bad, we're gonna call you out on that shit too. We definitely gonna call you out.
Exactly. And I feel like that's part of the reason why Aaron came here. Like we've been through quarterbacks where we've had a guy, I mean, Zach Wilson, for example, clearly couldn't handle the media. We like the people we like, or I guess we've noticed that we have to have people in the building that can handle that media.
Yeah.
Clemens is one of them. Y'all can criticize him all he wants to, but he's just gonna go out there and do the same thing and keep his head down and just play angry.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, he's gonna go in front of the press conference and just do what he does and just not seem fazed by it at all.
Yeah.
We have the right people in the building, right?
Yeah.
It's just about executing on the field and
Yeah.
just getting it done, man.
So frustrating.
Yeah,
I think going back to what we were talking about earlier, I wanted to say this: Woody Johnson firing Saleh. I didn't think it was the best idea. Not to say that he's a great coach. He's the best coach. Obviously, the players were playing hard for him, but I think it was a little overzealous firing him at that point. And you lose so much when you have your defensive head coach become a head coach, because he has to change his routine so much, and he's learning on the job. And I kind of think that it's obvious that he's going to bring him back next year because the players love him, maybe some continuity and stuff like that. And Brick will probably be better next year. I don't know. Some people are saying,
want to be back though?
I mean, he was going to get head coach consideration other places, and I'm sure he wants to be a head coach somewhere. And, with the talent on the roster, maybe he has the confidence that he can, given time and the right preparation, that he can turn it around. So I think, it only makes sense. I'm not a fan of turning it over every 4 years. You look at the best organizations. I mentioned the Steelers and the Ravens earlier. Even though they're not winning championships, they're consistent year in and year out, top to bottom. The guy, they're going to find a wide receiver in the second, third, fourth round who's going to become a star. They're going to draft a star linebacker. They're going to find a guy who can run the ball. They have a system in place, and that comes with continuity over a long period of time. And I think the Jets need that. These knee-jerk reactions just haven't worked. And it's a product of New York media and the fans. And again, Woody running the team like a goddamn cheerleader and a fan. and you just can't have that. You got to have continuity and build. And this sounds cliche, but you build a culture by having continuity and not meddling in day-to-day affairs. You can't have your, I use the Suge Knight thing. If you don't want the owner of your team walking around with chains, firing coaches in the middle of the season, go to the Ravens or something like that. I don't know what Suge Knight said exactly, but you have to have continuity. So I think he comes back next year, and they run it back because the team is too talented, and these guys, again, I hate to blame Greg Zuerlein, but he's been so ass. It's so frustrating, dude.
He's bad. He's bad. It's crazy. Like it's literally to a point where every time we line up for a field goal, I either turn my TV all the way down or I just look away. I'm just like, nah, I can't do this. But it's bad. But no, continuity is definitely key, man, because I thought we had a coach in Saleh that we would have for 8-10 years.
Yes.
That's the type of vibe I felt from him. Even if we had a Zach Wilson at quarterback, the team was still playing hard. You can clearly see that. Yeah. So
top 10 defense.
Yeah. And then when you put Oberts in that role of playing head coach and DC, it's tough for somebody like that who's never been a head coach before, and
especially in the middle of the season.
Middle of the season, wild.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you here's what people want. People want to bring, and it makes sense. Nobody's wrong in their opinion. You bring in an offensive-minded head coach. You bring the guy from Detroit Lions. He comes here. Now the defense is no longer top 10. What do? You have an offense that's excelling, and you go back to a shootout, and the defense is middle of the pack. You can't win with a terrible defense. Everybody knows that. Every Super Bowl that Tom Brady has lost has been because the pressure on the defensive line has put on him. The Eagles did it. The Giants did it twice. defense wins. San Francisco had an amazing offensive weapons last year, and what happened? They got beat by a better defense. So it's all about defense. You bring in an offensive coordinator, or a guy who's offensive minded to play, to coach the team, and then the defense falters. What are you going to do?
Yeah. And I guess that's where I always look at it. Like, in my opinion, like, it's hard to, I get it. Everyone's like, the head coach should be looking at everything, but at the end of the day, that's not how the league really works. Like, Shanahan, he doesn't look at the defense. Andy Reid doesn't give a crap about the defense. Like, if you look at the league, there's no guy that genuinely has a good hand on both sides. They just get a good coordinator that holds it. And then Saleh, sadly enough, Mike LaFleur didn't work out, which debatable. I think that it was just bad QB, wrong time.
Yeah.
But now you get stuck with Hackett, and it was more like a shot in the dark. Like, hey, we're getting Rodgers, and we're gonna hope that he can fix it, but it's out of his hands.
Yeah. And I guess speaking on Rodgers and fixing things in this whole Ober situation, I have a clip I want to show the people real quick. Let me go ahead.
Let's piece it together. Aaron Rodgers thought Breece Hall scored, so he's telling the sideline, throw the flag, challenge. So now the word, they're upstairs, they're checking, throw it. So Jeff Ulbrich, I'm going to throw it first. Oh, man, drop the flag. Then the play is run. They get the touchdown, and Rodgers says, Coach Brick, take your flag. Very discreet.
It's like, come on.
He fumbled the flag. That's crazy.
We have a butt fumble, now we have a flag fumble. It's crazy.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You saw that? It was like Superman in the phone booth, man. But yeah.
At least we scored. At least we scored on that.
Yeah.
At least we scored. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put on these headphones real quick.
That was the greatest missed flag ever.
Greatest missed flag, bro. Exactly.
Brent, you got to drop the flag now.
You got Hey. Oh man. But yeah, man. Man, Lee, we definitely appreciated, having you on, man. We definitely, want to do this more, I guess, going forward. You and I have talked, like, in DMs and just like along the way, like in the season. So we really appreciate you coming on, bro. And
Thank you for having me, man.
Yeah,
this is dope. You're one of the few. The Take Flight Today page is one of the few I follow on IG. I love the content, man. It's always on point. So it's dope, man. So thank you for reaching out, man. If you wouldn't have reached out, this wouldn't have happened. So I appreciate you, man. I'm grateful for you guys jumping on and taking the time and loving the content too, man. Because that's why I make it. I make the content so that people can enjoy it and have a little fun. And I'm glad people are enjoying it. And I thank you for sharing it, man. That's dope.
Yeah, man, absolutely. And like, like I've been saying, your content, man, be having me on the floor rolling.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's literally like, like the funniest stuff I see as far as like Jets, skits like on social media. I'll be sending it to my pops. I'm like, Pops, you gotta watch this guy. Like, you gotta hit the guy. Like, look him up.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely,
and I'm gonna try to keep making them. It's hard for me, man, because with time constraints, but also too. When I watch the team, I'm so invested in the Jets, man. It ruins my day, my week, my weekend, and it's so hard for me. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. It's so hard for me, man. And then to have to make content after that, it's just not inspiring when they're losing. So I got something coming out, man. So shout out to everybody out there. There's another Hoodie Johnson video coming out hopefully tomorrow before the game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's definitely what the people need. And one of my favorite I guess skits, I wanna play before you head up out of here. Was an OG skit, but here we go with that.
Welcome to the selection for Die Hard Jets Twitter. You know who I am. If I call your name, that means you made it. Hunter, is there a Jake? Tanner, is there a Braden? Is there a Liam? Welcome to One Jets Drive. You part of Jets Twitter elite. That's it. Thank you for coming out. You just gonna pick them? What's your name, son? Ladarius. Ladarius? Nah, ain't no Ladarius on here. You sure you ain't got a Ladarius? Sorry, son. No Ladarius. Good luck to you next year, though. I swear, you don't even be. I tweet about the Jets every day. I gotta call my mother. My mother don't do so.
Ladarius. Nah, I know Ladarius up here, man. Yo, that heavy week.
Oh man. Yeah, I love that one, man. That's one of my favorites, man. That's one of my favorites. That was one of the like you said, it's one of the OG ones. That was like the second one I did, man, and that was so much fun to do. And they actually reached out to me. The Jets actually reached out to me to be on One Jets Drive. I think they put like one of my clips up there or something like that, which was cool. And they wanted to get me on there, which would have been dope, man. But we couldn't make it work scheduling wise. But yeah, that was dope, man.
Oh yeah, nah, they gotta run that back, man. They gotta run that back for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
But yeah, nah, Lee. Again, we appreciate you, coming up here, spending time with us, dropping your knowledge, dropping your takes, telling us how you feel. Definitely gotta do it again. Hopefully,
no doubt.
we do this again, when the Jets making a late season run or something, man. We all hype again, but right now we just gonna play it humble and
yeah.
But
let's do it, man. Happy to be back anytime, man. Brent, hit me up. Alan, hit me up. Let me know when you guys want to have me back on, and I'll be happy to, man.
Absolutely.
Before you go, there's a lot of love on YouTube, a lot of love on Instagram. Just a lot of love coming from everywhere. A lot of people and they love.
I'll check it out and I'll respond to every comment, man. I appreciate you guys, man. That's love, man. I love it, man. Thank you very much. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I appreciate you, man. It's dope.
Man, yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Lee. Appreciate you again, man, for sure.
All right, fellas. Enjoy. Good luck to you guys, man. And we'll do this again soon, brother. Hit me up, man.
Absolutely. I got you for sure.
All right, guys.
All right. Yes, sir. Where my whistle at? My whistle out of here. Hey, man. Hoodie Johnson, man. Can't say enough about him. One of the funniest Jets content creators out here as far as skits and just things like that go. So yeah, definitely was grateful to have him on for sure. Talk Jets football with us. You know what I'm saying? Had my little wardrobe change, man. I guess I'm bricked up now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, did he?
Hey, yo, bro, that was real Diddy shit right there.
Oh man, but yeah, man. Oh man. Score. All right. Somebody asked for score prediction. I ain't trying to do score prediction. You know what?
I forgot. There is a game tomorrow.
Yeah. There is a game tomorrow. We do have a game tomorrow on Halloween, wearing all black. Wearing all black to our own funeral. That's what it's looking like. That's what it's looking like.
Yeah.
So, I wanna play the advocate right now because I'm tired of picking the Jets to win, and they just let me down. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come up here. I'm gonna say 30-14 Texans.
You said wait, say that one more time.
30-14 Texans.
30-14. Nah, I can't do it. I'm gonna go Jets. Screw you. I'm gonna go Jets because we're gonna win out the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, every
we're not gonna lose another game. We're gonna go. Actually, matter of fact, I feel like the Jets would do something really fucking funny, like do like undefeated and then lose the last two, just to piss everybody off.
I'm telling you, that's what my brother said. My brother says like we're gonna go on a run, and then like went like
Yeah,
lose
he
to
said
the
that. He said that last week, right?
Yeah.
And then lose the last one. Yeah, but we thought he was gonna win last week. But yeah, now I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 17-14. We win by a field goal with our new kicker.
Oof.
Now if that hits, if you hold on. If you guys go and bet on that, send me half of whatever you make. Oh man.
17-14. So it's gonna be a 14-14 game all game, and then Riley Patterson at the end just going.
I don't know at what point it's gonna be tied up. It could be tied up the whole game. It could just get tied up late in the fourth quarter. But I know it's gonna come down to a field goal, and we're gonna say F it. Throw that kicker out there. He made his 2 extra points.
It's gonna be crazy how
crazy.
I'm saying, yeah, it's crazy how like I feel that like we're gonna have way more confidence in whatever kicker is out there that's not Greg. You know, like in situations where we would have went for it in the past 2 weeks, we're gonna send the kicker out there. You know, and we're gonna feel more confident about it. And as soon as he makes it, like we were just talking about with Lee, the whole MetLife is going crazy.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be a party in MetLife if a kicker makes a field goal tomorrow night.
Yeah, and you know what it is too. And then I said it. Oh, I think I said it last week. The one thing you can never count out is like that rush of winning in New York. Like if there's any place where you could actually believe a team can go on like a 10 to 11 pause. Hold on. Like a 9-game win streak. Yeah, because I think it's 9 games left.
Yeah,
right. Any city I believe it would happen, it's New York, just because like once you get New York on your side, it's just this rush of energy that you know you're playing at a whole different level, even that you didn't even think you could play at. And we already have the talent. It's just a matter of like getting them to play at their potential
and believing, and just
yeah,
believing that they can do that.
Yeah,
you know. So it can be done. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just every prediction I made that where I've had the Jets winning, it always backfires. So I'm gonna see if I can do a little reverse universe, you know, psychology here and just be like, hey, you know, Texans win, but you know, of course, yeah. See, 125, 2 touchdowns, mix. I'm saying. I mean, Stroud isn't throwing anybody. You know, I mean,
I'll tap him myself.
Unless Tank Dell is gonna have a career game. Like if we should load the box and
don't do that.
No, why not? Why not?
Oh no, because Tank is a speedster.
Hey, I'll take Tank versus Sauce versus.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. I'll take Tank versus Sauce, Reed, you know, and whoever. That's the only guy they have to me. So, you know, like
yeah, that's what we always say. And then there's some random dude that comes out of nowhere and starts cooking everybody. Like, who the we lost to Booty. We lost to Booty.
Yeah, a man named Booty.
Lost to last week. We lost to a dude named Booty.
And what's crazy is Booty was playing like ass most of the game.
Yo, he was completely garbage. So that's where I'm like, nah, I don't know if I can trust my corners on one-on-one on the outside anymore. You know, let's ease into it. Let's ease into it.
It's easy into it, man. Like I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard, but you know, I'm definitely, you know, I'm definitely excited to, you know, see us in the all black, see us on Halloween, see us playing in MetLife. You know, all those boxes, you know, check each other out, but load the boxes.
Oh, you do it at the same time. My bad.
Right,
you do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's a no Diddy moment for sure. Yeah, that's crazy.
Mix it. I definitely did, but Mix it cannot go for 150, bro. He can't go for 150. I will turn my TV off when as soon as he is getting in the range of 100 before the third quarter's up. Like, nah, I can't do that. I can't watch Mixon go crazy.
Just take him out.
Come on, man.
Just take him out. That's what I say. You can't.
He
Look,
said,
man.
"Take him out."
Yeah, just take him out. Yo, just go straight for the knee. That's what. Just go straight for the knee, bro. I don't care. Go straight. What do y'all got to lose? What are you gonna do? Kick you off for the rest of the year? We're already losing. what do I care?
It's
Pick one for the team.
Yeah, say somebody might have to throw a hip drop, tackle up something up there, but that's how he was injured before, so I know he ain't going for that no more. Nixon. But yeah, nah, man. Like, we definitely have to, take advantage of them being injured on offense. And I feel like they have a good D line. Like, I will say that, D'Amico Ryans is the coach. But I've seen teams scoring them all year. Like times where their defense has gone crazy has been versus very bad, offenses, in my opinion. So, we have a shot. It's just, again, like we talked about, like about this whole episode, we have to execute, we have to make the plays. And I don't know, we're already 1-0 on Thursday in MetLife, so it's time for us to keep that streak going. I was gonna dress up as a dress player for Halloween, but with the Yankees showing
I'm
up,
gonna dress the Joker. I'm gonna just wear my normal Jet stuff. The joke's on me.
yeah, no, literally, and it's funny because it's funny you said that because the Jets actually just posted a picture of Quincy Williams as a Joker, and the caption was "Why so serious?" And you can just imagine what everybody was saying in the comments, like, why are we not winning games or something like, yeah, people were just, just going crazy. So yeah, like I'm ready for it. I'm ready for us to, go out there tomorrow, show people what we can do, play with pride in MetLife, new kicker, new vibes.
Worst case scenario, I'm already wearing the jersey of the team I'm going to next.
Yeah, now the rest of
them
them,
Chiefs.
the Kansas City. Nah. See,
I would never be a Chiefs fan.
If y'all can't outscore this Texas team, fire everybody. See, Adrian's saying this because he probably has a bet on the Jets, and I ain't, he.
I mean, there's no point
has
in firing anyone at that point, though.
Yes, yeah, he has a Jets on his parlay. I know it.
There's no point in firing anybody anymore. Like, what are you gonna do? Fire Coach Brick for what? Like, what is that? That's not gonna do anything.
It's not.
You could fire JD, but like we already know, like at this point, he's most likely getting fired anyways.
I hope not.
No, you hope not. I'd be surprised if he's here next year. To be honest, like my thing is right. I would have no problem keeping JD, but the thing is, you're gonna hire a new coach. Like you're gonna have him hire a new coach, and then you're gonna I feel like he's on a very short leash next year, and if it doesn't go well, you're gonna fire the GM and then try to hire a new GM to go pair with the coach you hired the year before. It's just too messy, in my opinion. Just hire a new GM and coach together. Be like, hey, just like, and honestly, in my opinion, that's how Salah and JD should be viewed, as their fates are tied together. Because JD hired Salah, you just do the same thing. Because honestly, it was working up until it wasn't. But I do think that's the right plan of action. It's just being patient at that point, or just actually figuring it out. So.
Yeah, JD's been too good on that, and not as far as like production wise, but as far as like putting together a team. Like I really don't want to let JD go, because I know for him it's frustrating because he's like, dang, like, I messed up with Zach, but I recovered, and then so I did this. Like he's built a strong foundation here. So
wait, hold on, because everyone keeps saying that like he messed up with Zach. Like I don't think he messed up with Zach.
Yeah.
Like in hindsight, it's very easy to say that, but if you look back at that year, it was the COVID year. They weren't really able to go deep into players as they normally would. Like your options were keep Sam, and like yes, I understand. Like Sam right now is playing better, but like you didn't know what you were gonna get out of Sam. Like how much can you trust Michael Floor? Coming in and starting a new offense, and like, is he going to be good? You don't know what your team's going to look like. That was the year after the Gase year. Our roster was terrible.
Yeah.
So like when you look at it like subjectively, I generally do think that was the right move. And honestly, there wasn't another quarterback that year that had the potential Zach had. So it was like one of those high risk, high reward. And we just got the riskier option where it just didn't work out. So it sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah, that darn pro day throw. That's what got us.
Yeah, but like the thing is, it's not just the pro day, because like if you looked at his tape from BYU that final year, it was flawless. It was genuinely flawless. But the issue is you cannot sit down and like really see what he's processing. Like you see, bam, he's hitting guys deep, wide open. Like, yeah, it shows that he has raw talent, but like you can't really tell what's going on in his head. So
yeah,
I think it's just one of those. And also, the following 2 years, the number 2 overall picks become freaking superstars. So it's like, what are the odds? Like you pick Zach Wilson the next year, CJ Stroud, and then the following year, Jaden Daniels. Oh, well, actually, it was like a year after. Like it wasn't the following year, but the year after that.
Yeah, after that,
But nonetheless, like that's just bad luck.
Yeah. It's just, and it's really like the root of it. It's just bad luck as far as like certain picks, but it's he bounced back and had one of the best drafts in I feel like NFL history. So yeah, we just I don't know. We just got to keep the ball rolling. We got to I don't want to see this team give up just yet. Make something happen like be spectacular. Why not? But it all starts tomorrow though. Like we can't go out and drop a dud and then like Lee was saying, it's gonna be a lot of if we lose tomorrow, it's gonna be a lot of characters, a lot of bad characters being shown, or the potential for bad character to be shown by some players. So hopefully tomorrow we go out there in MetLife. This is gonna be Devontae's first home game. Am I correct?
Is it really?
I think so.
Yeah,
This is
Steelers was away. And then no, they played home last week. No, they didn't. They didn't. Yeah, Pats was away. Yeah,
so it's gonna be Devontae's first home game, the all black. I hope he goes crazy. Like let's shock the world. And, I ain't saying that we're gonna shock the world. I'm saying like let's shock the world. Let's open that that Pandora box and where miracles happen. And like you said, the place to do it, is definitely here in New York. So,
and if not, we will be here next week talking about quarterbacks in the draft.
Hey, you hand me look. You hand me that list of quarterbacks next week. This is gonna be me.
I'm not doing this.
I need one.
Nah, I'm playing. Cam Ward is nice. But I ain't trying.
Cam Ward is nice though.
Yeah. Cam Ward is definitely nice, but I hate talking about quarterbacks before November. But it
would be November.
Season. It's a Jet season. Oh yeah, like but like before that. But
so you'll be fine.
It is a Jet, and it's like this is our normal. With the expectations, it's like, why are we even talking about quarterbacks? But it's the reality of this whole roller coaster. Like this is where we are, and this that's just how it is, man. But I mean, any final thoughts before we wrap it up, man? How you feeling going into, I guess, tomorrow night? What's your
honestly
final thoughts?
Yeah, like I feel pretty good because right now I think my expectations are just nothing at this point. So it's like if they lose, it won't really hurt anymore because it's like right now, like to me, they hit rock bottom last week. So like the only way it can go is up. Otherwise, it's just the season's over, which I already felt like that's what it was before the week started. So it's like either they win, great, maybe we do have a shot, and maybe they do get it together, or they lose, and it's just what it's been for the past few weeks. It's a sad thing to say, but let's see. They can prove us. They can prove us wrong. Prove us something tomorrow. What type of team they are?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree too. It's like, whatever we get tomorrow, I'll be, it's either expected or no. Actually, whatever we get tomorrow is expected. So like win or loss. Whether we see them play good, we've been expecting that all season. Whether we see them lose, you know, this is what we expect. At this point, it's just like you know. I'm a fan. Like we're all fans. We're all gonna tune in, watch the game. Maybe it might be a little more quiet, this time around. But we're just on a wait and see type of basis. So I'm ready to watch it. I'll actually work tomorrow, and like I get off around like game time. So I'm gonna be watching. Watching from the whip for probably a few drives, but I'm locked in though. I'm locked in for sure. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. So
Crap.
let's do this.
Do I have work tomorrow? Yeah, I have work tomorrow. I don't even know why I asked. I always have work. But I meant like, do I have work during the game? No, I don't have work during the game. So, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no. Happy Halloween to everybody. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We're here in an hour and 10 minutes. So yeah, no. Again, y'all have a safe Halloween. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Shout out to Lee Valentin, aka Hoodie Johnson, for checking in with us and dropping his takes. Definitely was excited to have him on today, and I appreciate everybody who commented. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel as well, Uptown Sports TV. And yeah, we will be seeing y'all next week, same time.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Mm-hmm.